Enjoy Manx Radio on air and online via manxradio.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and via our Manx Radio apps.
The Nation Station, Manx Radio.
So our studio guests, though, today are programme leaders from the freshly rebranded Isle of Man College, which is now the University College of Man. Is that right? I got that right, yeah. Welcome to Pippa Edmonds, and also we have Judith Craine with us today. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you very much for having us.
It's lovely for having you. We mentioned the name change, which is one thing. Also, the college is now affiliated with the University of Chester, isn't it? What kind of difference has that made?
Well, the college has been affiliated with the University of Chester for some years. We have been running degree programmes for, I'm not quite sure how many years now, but in the business area we've been running an accountancy degree, a business degree, and very recently an events management and marketing degree through the University of Chester. And we work very closely with them. We get to go and work with them and talk to them about the development of the degrees, which is an exciting part of working with another institution.
Yeah, and so does that mean that if you do one of these degrees on the Isle of Man, you're getting exactly the same thing as what you would get if you do it in the University of Chester?
Exactly. It's a University of Chester degree, but taught on island by island-based lecturers.
Fantastic. So, Pippa, just tell us a bit about both of your roles. So what is it you do at the college?
I'm the programme leader for the Business Studies degree, which has a name change this year, becomes Business Management degree. And my role is to coordinate the degree, the experience the students have within my area, and to do the communication with Chester. For us, the practicalities of the rebranding to University College of Man is not going to have a huge difference with what we're actually delivering, because what we deliver is going to be the same. One of the benefits we have here is we're a small institution, so we have a very close relationship with our students, and it's all about the students. We don't get the students, we don't exist, so everything we do is trying to be structured around the students and make it good for them.
And do you think it gives them a little bit more sort of impetus, knowing that they're, even just by name, that they're at a university? Does it, the grander nature of it?
They love the idea. Talking to the students when we first announced the rebranding, they love the idea it's University College of Man. So they're going to have a degree now from the University College of Man and the University of Chester. And they just love the whole University College of Man idea. They really do.
I bet. And Judith, you're a programme leader as well. What is your area of expertise?
I'm programme leader for the accounting and finance degree, and I also look after the MBA programme as well, so a dual role at the moment.
And so you both presumably have quite established backgrounds in both of these areas. Did you both work in these areas before you were teaching?
We did, and that's one of the things we have in common with all our lecturers. I'm a chartered accountant by trade. I've worked in many different businesses. I've worked in different educational institutions as well. And so we have very real hands-on knowledge. And at the moment I'm working full-time, so my whole focus is on my students and being at the nunnery, which is where we're based. Judith, however, has a slightly different background.
Yeah, I'm born and brought up on the Isle of Man, and went away to university, did a degree in accounting and qualified as an accountant. So I'm one of those boring accountant people, but I like to think I'm not really that boring. And I went into working at the Isle of Man College after doing a part-time teaching qualification at the college. So I've been working in education now for about the last 16 years, I think it is. But I still, at the moment, work one day a week in an accounting practice that my husband and I run. So I'm still keeping my links with the businesses out there who are looking for accounts and tax returns and all of those exciting things that we have to do. So as well as the teaching. So it's quite good. I've got a foot in both camps still.
Absolutely. Now, of course, it is supposedly summer holidays right now, which, you know, Sean, as well as a teacher, will know about this. Does that mean you're essentially off now? You've got nothing to do over these weeks?
Wouldn't that be lovely?
Now we swan around and we drink tea and have lunch.
It's not true
for the next 8 weeks. No,
no, not at all. In fact, our colleague Sharon was going to be with us this afternoon, but she's actually interviewing prospective students as we speak. So, yeah, there's always something that has to be done for planning, recruiting, etc. So it's not exactly 6 months or 6 months. That'd be wonderful, wouldn't it?
Ooh,
6
that'd be
weeks
great.
of doing nothing.
Sign me up.
There's always something to be done.
And Sean, you know very much about this because you're supposed to be on some holidays at the moment, but you're not either because you're actually involved in this, aren't you?
Well, actually, I'm one of the
Students.
well, I just finished the Cert Ed program at the University College Isle of Man, and I just got my certification in the post.
So you passed.
Yes,
Yay,
yes, I passed.
well done.
Yes, but the work doesn't. I'm doing my practical work at Bala. I'm a teacher at Bala, and our last day was a week ago Friday. I took the weekend, and then Monday morning sat down and started learning everything I have to teach for next year. I was at the desk this morning before I came here.
I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, so we don't stop. We just don't stop at all. But what does become lovely is you can take a bit more time. So you come in a bit later and go home a bit earlier. But most evenings last year I would be found burning the midnight oil.
Oh no, which is such a shame because we ask all of our guests to give us a bit of background information about themselves, and both of you were saying that you very much love sort of the outdoors and you know like the kayaking, getting out and about, and Pippa, you have bees, which we're going to be talking about a little bit later on as well. But so do you get time to actually have any sort of downtime like that?
I think you have to, because you can't. I know Pippa said it's difficult when you've got marking to do or preparation to do, but I think you've got to get some time away from it to sort of recover, relax, rest, whatever. So whatever it is that is your de-stressor, I think you have to make time for it.
Yeah, and we did mention just a couple of minutes ago that Sharon, that was going to be with us today, she can't be because she's working hard interviewing students. You all do have some very interesting backgrounds, and first of all, just tell us what it is that the programme that Sharon's leading.
We're looking at each other. Who's going to answer that one? Sharon does the Events Management and Marketing degree course. So she's responsible for making sure that all goes smoothly. And it's only in its second year. And in September, she'll get her first lot of third years coming in. But it means that as both Judith and I have got finance backgrounds and business backgrounds, Sharon actually therefore has to have an events background. And we've had some brilliant stories from Sharon of things that have happened on super yachts and so on when she has been organising events on them. Obviously nothing I can say on radio.
It's just as well she wasn't here because I would have pressed her until she did say something and then we'd probably be in an awful lot of trouble, to be honest. But it's great that that's now on offer because I think looking at the Isle of Man over the past few years, there are so many big events that have started up, you know, whether it's the festivals or we had the Southern Agricultural Show at the weekend, the Make Market creative thing. There is so much going on here, and so we do need people with that expertise because all the events just seem so professional now, don't they?
They do, and we have obviously TT as well. And so where we're running degrees in parallel with Chester that are validated through Chester, actually we have for our events something the Chester students want to come here to do, which is very different from anything they have any experience of. And so the whole events and management and marketing is a really, really good extra addition to what we do within the business area.
Well, it's lovely to have you on the show, and we will be talking more about what is available at the University College of Man a little bit later on in the show. But
The Nation Station, Manx Radio.
Our guests this afternoon have been from the Isle of Man College. We've just had a lovely text in saying, thanks to the Isle of Man government, our daughter just got her Chester University degree, first class honours on the island. She's now looking to go straight on to do her masters on the island as well. That is from Ray, and apparently the degree was in business. So I think that's down to you, lovely ladies, Pippa and Judith, by the sound of things.
And the students.
And the students. So that's lovely to hear. Now, if anyone's heard what we were talking about today and decided that they do want to do a degree on the Isle of Man, how could they do that?
Well, there's various ways of getting some information. There is the college website, University College website, which is ucm.ac.im, or you could ring the main college number, which is 648 200, and just give them some information about what subject you're interested in, and they'll point you in the right direction to speak to somebody who'll be able to give you some information.
Fantastic. And Sean, are you going to go back and do another one now?
Oh, well, I'm going to stay a student for my entire life if I can. I've found a place where I'm happy, and let's.
Oh, brilliant. Ben, if you could choose any degree that you could do, what would you do? If you were going to go back to school, what would you do?
I would love to do, I'd love to do a trade, actually. That's what I really wish I had learnt. A degree, maybe something like chemistry or something like that, so I could go and earn lots of money. Or, I've got a friend who's a chemist and he earns a fortune. But if not that, definitely a trade, because people are always going to want an electrician, plumber, and I'm useless with anything like that. So I really
Vocational things very useful.
Yeah, I really wish I had learnt 20-odd years ago. So, yeah, a trade, top of the tree for me.
Well, you never know. You might be able to do it still. All I wanted to be when I was a kid was a bricklayer, so maybe I'll go back and do that as well. Who knows? On the show tomorrow, we have Graham Hamer, the author, and Sean will be with us again for his final show with us as Woman today. Thank you very much for listening. You can still keep in touch with us on our Facebook. It's at MR Women Today.